Good evening. Back again for some NFL picks. Come to the right place. Saturday night, because there were no Thursday night games or Friday night games or any of that nature. None of those, none of that foolishness. So, kind of recap Week 12 first. Week 12, I went 10-6, which is some kind of redemption after the complete futile nature of the week prior. So that 10-6 brought me to 97, 62-1 for a very average, roughly 60% of the picks in this COVID-induced silly football season. So we'll turn the page to Week 13 now. Week 13 had no Thursday games, which is good. COVID doing what it is. These teams are moving games to as late as Wednesdays now. So that's always fun. So Sunday early games. Let's dive right into those. The Raiders. I know it's enough to scar somebody seeing me up close. The Vegas Raiders are going to be in. They're going to be in New Jersey to face the dumpster fire of New Jersey. And I had to pause just now because I'm kind of hearing sounds off in the distance that sound a lot like nagging. It happens. Yeah, there's that. So the Vegas Raiders are going to go to New Jersey, and they're going to go to the Big Snoopy, and they're going to face the New York Jets. New York Jets are still in line in the for the number one pick. They're 0-11. Despite the debacle that they had in Atlanta, I believe Las Vegas is going to win this game. They're superior in every way. Let's just hope they don't stub their toe in 2 consecutive games. By the way, I'm very suspicious about Atlanta. I don't think they're as bad as they make themselves out to be. They're 4-2 since they got rid of their coach. Magically. Right. Personality conflict. Not exactly like the Houston situation where the coach had made boneheaded personnel decisions and things of that nature. So not the same. I think Quinn was doing a good job. I think there are other motivations in that clubhouse, which is a bad thing. But I digress. Cincinnati is going to Miami to face the Dolphins. Fitzmagic is back in the catbird seat from what I'm seeing here at game, prior to game time here on Saturday night. So I'm going to go with Miami. They are a better team, and Joe Burrow was still there. This is a game. This is going to be very difficult for Cincinnati to hang with them with Miami at this point. Cleveland. Old man problems. Excuse me. Cleveland is going to take the Brownie Scouts down to, and I don't call them that very often because they're having a good season. They're going to go down to Tennessee and they're going to play the Titans. The Titans, they're playing very well right now. I'm going to take the Titans at home. Indianapolis is going to go down to Houston. This is a tough call, actually. I am going to give it to Indianapolis on the road. I think it'll be a fairly good game, probably playing in the high 20s, early 30s, somewhere, low 30s, or something of that nature. Jacksonville is going to go up to Minnesota. They're not going to be able to stop Dalvin Cook. I think Minnesota takes that game at home. Detroit is going to go to Chicago. Regardless of who's playing, quarterback isn't going to matter. They have no line in Chicago, but Detroit has a banged up quarterback, and he's got a thumb issue that's going to cause him some problems. They can't stop too many people either. I think in a fairly low-scoring game, Chicago takes that game at home. Play it in Detroit. Maybe I pick Detroit. As I yawn. Again. New Orleans is going to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta, pretending that they sucked for the first 5 games of the year, they're not quite still at New Orleans level. New Orleans is playing great football. They've won 8 games in a row. They're going to make it 9. I think New Orleans takes this on the road. So the Sunday late games roll on, and we've got 4 of those for our delightful Sunday here. New York Giants are going to go out to CenturyLink Field, and they're going to play Seattle. Seattle's going to win that game fairly easily. Daniel Jones is gimpy with a leg issue, but he'll play, from my understanding. But it isn't going to matter. I think Seattle takes that game. LA Rams are going to go out to the desert. They're going to play Arizona. Arizona is, to me, a little bit better offensively. I think they're going to take that game at home. They have a very good home record. I think Arizona is going to take LA out there. I think LA is overrated. This is where they come back to earth a little bit. Philadelphia is starting to get healthy, but the problem is they still have Carson Wentz as their starting quarterback. So they're going to go out to Green Bay. Green Bay will demolish Philadelphia in that game at home. New England is going to go out to the left coast, and they're going to play the LA Chargers. Now, the problem with New England is they have a very abysmal road record. So I'm going to go with the Chargers in this game. They're fairly intact from an injury standpoint in LA. I think they take that game at home. The Sunday night game is Denver, a team that is not doing too well defensively, up against an offensive juggernaut in KC. KC is going to take that game handily. That's at least a 2-score game, unless KC allows them to hang around, which they want to do the last couple of years, but we'll see what happens. You got a 2 for a Monday night. The 5 o'clock game was moved there, and that's the Fighting Ron Riveras are gonna go into Pittsburgh, where they are undefeated at home. I think that it'll be a surprisingly good game. Washington brings a fairly good defense as well. Pittsburgh just has too much for them. And I think the only reason it'll be a fairly good game is Pittsburgh's had a lot thrown at them. They whine a lot, other than the head coach. Everybody else whines, and he shuts it down. They whine a lot, but they do have a lot to complain about. They've been rooked on the schedule quite a bit. They lost their bye and everything. They're still undefeated. So they're a better team, and they've got the number 1 defense. Buffalo is going to go out to San Fran. This game is going to be played in Glendale, Arizona. And that's principally because of the lockdown there in San Fran, in that area of California. So Buffalo is going to take that game on the road out in Arizona against the San Francisco 49ers, who are just all kinds of hurting. Tuesday night game is the Dallas Cowgirls are going to go out to Baltimore, and they're going to play the Baltimore Ravens. I think this is the game where the Ravens get their swagger back a little bit, if they're going to recover it at all, with 5 games left in the season. Dallas can't run the ball. I still believe that Zeke Elliott is struggling principally because of the COVID that he had in the summer. My theory, just as a coach, I don't see him hitting the holes as well. He doesn't seem to have the same vision. He doesn't have the same stamina. The man's hurting. Something's wrong. And you see the same things with Cam Newton up in New England. There's a lot to this. All right, so that's it. Enjoy the games. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Sharing is caring. It still is. And I will catch you next week. Peace out, me homies. See ya.